This isn't for me. This person isn't for me. This friendship isn't for me. This whole charade is not for me. You have my heart and soul. Just, you know, from over here. In your face. I was right. I know my brain. You don't. Go away. I don't know you. You don't know me. Get out of here. I was right.
It's LeahMouseVlog, LeahMouseVlog, it's LeahMouse's vlog.
Hey guys, what's up? It's late or early, depending on how you want to look at it, whatever. You know what we haven't done in a while? Pajama talk! Woo! I am here in my awesome Red River Zoo shirt that babe bought for me when we went to the zoo for my birthday. Yes, you will see the vlog eventually. It's taking a really long time to edit, and I'm sorry about that. We've also got the Slytherin pajamas, complete with Hello Kitty footwear. So this pajama talk is ready to go. Feels a little bit weird because it's about 6 o'clock in the morning and not like midnight like when I would normally be doing this, but that's okay. I've been up all night working on the Goosebumps boxes, which you guys are gonna really love. Those of you who ordered, by the way. If you want to get in on the monthly subscription boxes, I highly recommend it. Check out the link in the description to underworldconnection.com. Find the monthly subscription box link, click it, sign up, and join in the fun. Anyway, so in case you missed the last vlog or didn't watch all the way through it like a lot of people tend to do, shame, 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 I know your name. Or if you missed the post on Facebook about it, because a lot of you follow me on my Facebook, which thank you. And by the way, speaking of Facebook, real quick, one cutest little adorable hairless wonder of a puppy, Mr. Scrappy Doo, who is behind me on the bed. You can't see him, but he's over there like burrowed. He's here, he's with us. He is here today. He is now on Facebook, so he has a profile on Facebook now because I am one of those crazy people who makes a profile for their pet, but mostly it's just so that I have a place to showcase all of the adorable videos and photos that I've taken of the Scrappy hairless wonder Doo that never made it to Facebook, and you guys love seeing him. A lot of you guys have added him already, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to his Facebook page in the description below, so you guys can go and add him as a friend or follow him, whichever you're more comfortable with, and then you can see all the cuteness that is the Scraps on Facebook now. So anyways, as I was saying, I recently officially finally got my autism diagnosis. Thank you. It's been 3 years that I've been chasing this, and it's really, really hard. See, Scrappy's moving back there. There he goes. There he's on the move. He's burrowing to Albuquerque, as we like to say. I just turned 40 on June 13th. Yay. Yeah, I've been chasing this thing that I knew was happening in my brain, and finally figured out what it could possibly be, you know, over the last 3 years. And finally I got someone, we finally found someone. My therapist worked diligently with me to find someone to diagnose me. It took a while, but we finally got there, and I finally freaking got it. So, oh my god, it's like such a relief, you know, like at the same time it's just kind of like, well, yeah, I knew, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, did I really know? You know, it's a self-diagnosis slippery slope, you know, like, do you really know? Because you're not a professional, but you know. But anyways, I'm so happy and I feel so validated to finally have gotten my official autism diagnosis. Specifically, what she said was Asperger's. Now, that's not what this video is about, but just digressing here real quick, I realized that Asperger's is an outdated and actually kind of mildly not cool, kind of taboo term now. I understand that, and I understand why. I get it, so don't come at me for using that word. I'm just saying what she said. She, the lady who diagnosed me, as a professional, specifically zeroed in on Asperger's, okay? Which I was not expecting to hear, okay? I was expecting just like, oh yeah, autism spectrum, this and that. Specifically, she said Asperger's, and she did cite the specific reasons why she zeroed in on particularly that term as opposed to just autism spectrum. That's neither here nor there. I do have an official diagnosis in my back pocket now. It's official. I'm a freaking Aspie or Aussie. I don't know what to say about it other than like, Yahoo! I finally have a diagnosis and we know for sure that your girl's autistic. And I can't help but wonder what all the people that I went to school with would think, or what they would have thought, or how differently they would have treated me if I would have been the girl with Asperger's or the girl with autism rather than just that weird girl. Because I got bullied so much for being weird. I got bullied because now, looking back, you know, I can say, oh, these were symptoms of my fucking autism. I know now. I get it. But like the things I was bullied for specifically, like I had this one pair of pants that I absolutely loved. And I wore the hell out of them, like all the time. I mean, I actually had multiple pairs of the same type of pants, but people didn't really seem to care about that distinction. So it wasn't just like the same mangy pair of pants. There were like multiple pairs of pants that looked the same because I liked the fabric, I liked the pattern, I just liked them, okay? And to this day, it is still really hard for me to find pants that I like, so I tend to wear the same pair of pants a lot because it's just... In fact, I wear the same shirt a lot of times too. I gravitate towards favorite outfits and wear the hell out of them because autism, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so that was one thing I got bullied for a lot, was the same pair of pants thing. I got bullied for just simply being weird. You know, I got bullied for being me. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know. I don't know why people bullied me for the most part, unless they were specific, like about the pants thing. Like I heard specifically about that. So I know that one for sure. One thing I did talk to my therapist about was I had trouble distinguishing between people bullying me and people, you know, doing the friend teasing thing, you know, just good-humored raillery. Like, I didn't understand that, and I still struggle with that. It's like I can have a fact, I can have a factoid in front of my face, like my boyfriend, JJ. Love of my life. I'm the love of his life, he's the love of my life. We're besties, we're bros, we're buds. He's like the brother I never had while simultaneously being my best friend in the entire world, but while simultaneously being the absolute love of my life. Like, I don't know how someone can be all those things. And the reason that I say brother that I never had was because he picks on me. He picks on me like a brother would. And I know that sounds strange since we're also lovers, but you know what I mean though. Like, it's not this romantic fairy tale that we have. There's that part of it, it does exist, but then there's also like the besties part where we like laugh and eat popcorn and pizza and watch crappy horror movies and like, you know, there's no romance in that whatsoever. It's just like a besties sleepover feel. And then there's like the brother I never had thing where he like teases me and, you know, calls me a piggy if I eat too many cookies or whatever, and don't think anything of that because we both know he's joking, and we tease each other, we pick on each other, like in that way. So he's taught me, single-handedly, he's taught me the appreciation of love teasing, okay? And that's one thing that I could never put together, circling back to how I originally started this thought, was friends do that. They tease each other. You know, if you ever watch The Goonies, you know what I'm talking about, right? Or Stranger Things, like, they tease each other, they insult each other, they call each other names, they, you know what I mean? And I never could differentiate between that, because to me, a mean thing is a mean thing. And I was like, well, shoot, my bullies say the same things that my friends do, so are my bullies actually my friends, or are my friends actually bullies? Like, does anyone actually like me? Do they both like me? Do they both not like me? And I couldn't figure it out, so I always just kind of, that's what I told my therapist. I was like, I just said, screw it, I'm not trying to figure this out because it's really complicated. Like, why do people who like you and people who don't like you get to say the same things? One is not okay and one is okay. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I was just like, you know what, people are just gonna be over there and I'm gonna be over here, because it's too exhausting to try to differentiate it. I know it probably comes easily to most people, which is why they can do that. With me, it never did, and now I know why, and now I know why. But yeah, like I said, I still struggle with that, but JJ has been like my rock in my connection to neurotypical people, because I never, before him, it never once crossed my mind autism. It never crossed my mind. I always knew there was something wonky. I knew there was something wrong. I knew there was something different. I knew there was something that I had in my brain and the way I responded to stuff that did not line up with the majority of people. I just never knew what it was, and I was always chasing it and questioning it, like what could it be? I know there's something. I mean, even from a very young age, I knew there was something a little twisty in this direction, you know, compared to everybody else I saw around me who seemed to just life super easily, you know, and I'm just like, why is this so hard for me? I don't understand. Since I started suspecting the autism, and now that I know for sure, JJ's been my go-to to ask questions and compare notes versus like how I think versus how he thinks. How does the rest of the world think? You are my link to how they think. So when it comes to like friendships, that's where I was really going with this. But now we also know why I ramble and yammer on tangents and stuff in my videos. I suppose that has something to do with it. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to stop and define every single thing that I do that's just my personality versus the way my brain works, you know, the autism. But it does make me question a lot of things. Like, do I do this because I am who I am? Do I do this because I learned it from my mom? Do I do this because I inherited it from my dad? Do I do this because I'm autistic? I don't know. But the friend thing is definitely because of the autism thing. My thing with friends, I've always known this about myself, but I didn't do anything about it until well into adulthood because it just got so freaking exhausting. I don't really do the friend thing. And that might be confusing for a lot of you guys watching because I have actually met several of you. I don't know how you perceive me in real life. I know I'm awkward as all in real life, and I apologize for that, but now we know why. I mean, I've always known I was awkward in public, but now that's like the same thing I'm thinking. If everybody I went to school with had known that I was the girl with Asperger's, or because it would have been Asperger's back then, that would have been okay, or the girl with autism, you know, would they have been a little more generous in how they treated me or how they saw me versus just like, oh my god, this girl's weird, oh my god. I don't know how that would have gone differently, and I don't flatter myself into thinking that people still think about me from those days. You know, I've lost contact with basically everybody because I never had contact with them to begin with, which is the nub of what I'm trying to get to in this, what's going to be an hour-and-a-half video, because I can't seem to stop doing this. It's just the friend thing. I mean, when I was young, I had friends, but they didn't really come easily, you know, and I don't think they happened organically the way that most friendships are supposed to happen. I remember specifically my first friend, my mom set up, because it was another girl who lived sort of close by who was also an only child, and I don't know how my mom met her parents. I have no idea how that transpired, but I remember that our parents got together and they were like, hey, both of our girls are only children, they're the same age, they're going to be in the same grade, they should hang out, and that kind of got orchestrated, you know. I don't know how she felt about me. I know she probably doesn't like me now because I remember a very specific incident a few years ago where we had a disagreement on Facebook where I was just kind of saying something. Because to me, that's another thing. I have problems where apparently inappropriate things come out of my mouth or out of my fingertips. I don't realize that they're inappropriate or offensive because to me, I'm just saying something. Like there's no emotion behind it. There's no flame behind it. You know, it's not a loaded statement or question or anything. I'm just saying something. To me, it's completely innocuous. It's completely innocent. To me, we're just talking. Like, you know, it's just, that's how it is. And this person took great offense to whatever it was I said. I don't even remember because to me it was inconsequential. Like, I have no clue what we were even talking about. Maybe it was something political or something. I really don't know. But she got real mad and deleted me, and I was like, okay. And that happens to me a lot. That has happened to me a lot where there will be I've learned to just completely avoid discussions on Facebook now. I mean, because you know how heated the internet can get already, especially on Facebook, people firing off, you know, white knight chivalry in the comments, whatever. And it's like, to me, I'm not engaging in an argument In my mind, it's not an argument. In my mind, it's not even a debate. It's just, we're just talking about stuff. Like, I go into stuff with zero emotion behind it. I'm just like, oh, well, that's what you had to say about it. This is what I have to say about it. Let's chat. And I don't know. I don't know if it's how, I don't understand. That's the thing. I just don't understand why people get so offended and so angry and like tell me off, cuss me out, call me names, and then delete and block me. I'm just like, I get blindsided. I'm like, where the heck did that come from? I was just saying something, but okay, sorry. Like, I wasn't mad about what you were saying. I don't care. Like, I might disagree with it a little bit, but I'm not mad about it. Like, I don't care. And like, why can't we just talk? Like, anyway, so that's kind of how my friendships started when I was younger. Like, they were just sort of orchestrated or were convenient because people lived close by and we just kind of fell into the same friend group or whatever. Holly is an exception to that. You guys know Holly because she lives in Ohio still. I've visited her when I go back to visit mom. She and I get along. She's cool. She's my girl, okay? I do like her very much. The other friends in that group, they were just there. I don't know. I never really felt any connection too much with any of them. And if I did, it was very momentary, and I'll get into that in a minute. But so Holly's really the only one that withstood the test of time because we legitimately get along. And that's nice. Everybody else that I can think of, friend group or individually, and I'm talking about my younger years here, I'll get into the adult thing in a minute, but like, it was just kind of, they were just there, and I heard that, you know, from like one loyal one that broke away, loyal to me, I mean, it broke away from the group to tell me, our friend group kind of just tolerates you. They don't actually like you. And they didn't say it to be malicious. That was like the good one. The good one broke away from the group to tell me that, because they could tell that it wasn't right, you know, and I knew that they meant it, you know, good-heartedly. You know, that sucked, because I never knew why. Like, why? Like, I'm sorry I'm the tag-along, and I'm sorry that I just am merely tolerated. But I never knew why. You know, I still don't. I still really don't. It's not like I was, you know, carrying around a dead bird in a shoebox and be like, hey guys, look what I found. Like, I wasn't doing weird crap like that. I was just trying to pal along and do what you're supposed to do, you know. I tried really hard, masking is what they call it, to fit in, force myself into situations that were friendly, that I didn't necessarily want to be a part of. I still would love to know how people saw me. I want to know from their perspective how I was coming off, because I still don't understand. I still don't get it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing I can think of that makes me not being desired as a part of the group stand out. I mean, other than just being a little bit weird. And I wasn't even that weird. Like, I don't know. I'm weirder now than I was back then. But at least I own it now. I'm just like, yeah, I'm weird. I don't care. As I went into adulthood, it's like the pressure of, you should have friends. Because like the whole adult, like, ooh, we're going out with the girls. We're going to have a girls' night. Girls need girlfriends. It's just like so pushed on us from like all directions of society, right? You need girlfriends. Or friends at all. I mean, I got along with guys way better, and that's not one of those cliched, I'm one of the guys things. I mean, I kind of just, by default, was one of the guys, because I couldn't relate to other girls. I was never into guys. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm straight, okay? I'm cis straight, 100% all day long, but I wasn't, you know, I just couldn't go to like a Channing Tatum movie and sit there and be like, oh my god, he's so hot. I'm just, I just couldn't, I didn't care. I just didn't care. I was just like, whatever. I remember specifically there was one incident in high school. Me and my friends went to the mall and this really sweet car drove by. I don't honestly remember what the car was, but it was a really sweet car. You know, it had the rumble and it was a really sleek color. It was like a muscle car type thing. You know, it drove by as we were walking into the mall, and all like 5 or 6 of us turned our heads and looked, and we were watching the car go by like, woo, damn. I was like, ooh, yeah, everybody else liked the car. That's really cool. And then as soon as, you know, the car drove away, they all started chittering about like, oh my God, the guy driving the car, did you see him? He was so hot. They were looking at the guy driving the car. I was like, there was a guy? I was looking at the car, but okay. You know, just stuff like that, you know? So I always got along with guys better because I couldn't understand the female perspective, you know, necessarily, like the typical female perspective. And guys are just so much more chill. They're just so much more chill. There's none of that drama. There's none of the cattiness, you know? Like all my guy friends, they were just chill. Like I had one friend, he was so super cool. He was a night owl just like me. I'd call him up at 3 in the morning. I'd be like, yo, you up? He's like, yep. I'm like, I'm bored. Can I come over? Yep. I'd go over, we would literally just sit there and watch like Squidbillies or Cowboy Bebop and like not talk for like 4 hours, and we would just be in each other's company and just sitting there. And it was awesome, okay? So I had friends, but I didn't actively seek out spending time with friends. I've never felt the need to do that. So we're just gonna fast forward real quick into adulthood. I've tried to make female friends. You've seen it in my vlogs, okay? I'll meet some gal, I'll get real excited, like, yay, this is my new best friend. And then like the next day or the next week, they're gone. Right? You never see him again. A bunch of people are like, what happened to Tara? What happened to Yvonne? What happened to this person? What happened? Because the only reason I made friends with them in the first place, most of the time, there were some legitimate friendships that I have made. Most of the time, it was because I thought I was supposed to. This is what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm supposed to have a friend, so, that one. I guess let's try that one. And then I find out very quickly, this isn't for me. This person isn't for me. This friendship isn't for me. This whole charade is not for me. So they go bye-bye. And I got really tired of trying to do that over and over and over because it always ended up the same way. I'm like, okay, let's just like not even kid ourselves at this point, okay? You don't do friends. Just be honest with yourself. You don't need to. Just quit. Just stop. I do have people that I consider friends, but it's a different flavor than what most people would consider a friend, okay? You know, like Yvonne, I consider her a friend. Have I spoken to her in a year or two? No, I have not. Andy from Fargo, you guys have seen her in a couple of vlogs. Yes, she's my friend. Do I see her very often? No. Do I talk to her very often? No. But we'll get to that. Holly also obviously falls into that group. Charlie from work. Okay, so there are people that I, in my own little definition, my own little world, consider friends, okay? And if I left anybody out who's watching this, I apologize. That's not my intention. I was just giving a few examples. My definition of a friend is not someone that I hang out with and spend time with, or even really talk to too much. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but I've never understood how to bond with someone so much that you actually carve out time in your life for them. To me, that sounds very exhausting because, like, I have the things that I do, and I know it sounds selfish and weird, but this is just how I operate. I prioritize things like, you know, work, okay, and JJ, because I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with that guy. So yes, he's going to come first. I'm sorry. You know, my mom, talking to my mom, of course, is really important, but work is really important. Doing my own hobbies, being in my own little world, like reading, you know, making these videos, that's important to me. Not to say that these other humans are not important to me, because they are, but spending time with them specifically is not important to me. Again, I know that sounds bad, but it's not, because to me, a friend isn't someone that you go and do things with. Because I do things by myself. And if I don't, I do them with JJ. That's good enough for me. I don't feel the need to engage in activities with people that I consider friends. A friend to me is someone who's there to chat with if I'm lonely, or if I just need someone to talk to. You know, they're there, or I'm there for them if they need me, you know, kind of thing. I don't do the let's go have a girls' night, or let's take a girls' trip, or, you know, come over and we'll hang out thing. I find that awkward. Yeah, I've done that with, you know, a few of the people, and like it's fine and it's nice, but I would prefer not to do that too often. As bad as that sounds, it has nothing to do with the people, has nothing to do with not liking their company or who they are, because I adore these people. I do. It's just something about the interaction part that is the hiccup in me. I still don't quite know how to interact with people on a level that means something, that doesn't feel phony to me. Does that make sense? Because it does feel phony. Okay, my battery died, I'm sorry, so I'm gonna try really hard to remember what I was saying. It feels phony. Human interaction that's on a deeper level than just like, you know, in my Uber or at a cashier check stand, small talk stuff. Anything that's, I'm really good at that stuff. I'm good at surface level stuff, weirdly, because I can just kind of fake my way through that, because there's no emotional investment, you know what I mean? Like, I can chit chat with my Uber riders just fine. I can chit chat with the gas station attendant just fine, or the grocery store clerk, or whoever, because there's no emotional investment. But when it comes to when it goes deeper than that, and it's like you're expected to have an emotional bond, and it goes below, you know, just surface level chit chat, my brain just doesn't let me do it. It just, I don't know why. I mean, I've tried, believe me, this isn't for a lack of, you know, many years, decades of really trying to overcome that and force myself into a vein of like, yeah, well, you like this person, right? Yes, okay. You do care about them, right? Yes, okay. So why does it eke you out to like be around them and like allow a bond to happen? Because the bond doesn't happen. Again, that sounds weird, because in my head there is a bond. It's just different than the traditional bond that people normally associate with friendships. It's not less than, it's just different. When it comes to actually spending time with the people that I consider friends, it's hard. It's really hard, and it feels phony, because human interaction that is on an emotional level feels phony to me. The exception to that is relationships. For some reason, I can do relationship bonding like really well. I don't know why. I've thought about it a lot over the decades and years that I have just kind of questioned why in the heck I can't do a friend thing, which is less pressure than a relationship thing, right? I can't do the friend thing, but I can do the relationship. I'm great at those. That's never phony. That's never been phony. Like, my emotions are genuine, and I really do attach. I attach to people that I intend on or am in a relationship, you know, with. Intend on being with one, or, you know, am. Like JJ, God, I just adore him. I adore my boyfriend. He's just, I love him. I love him, love him. And none of it feels phony. It never felt phony with him. I don't know if it goes back to that I just get along better with guys thing. So subsequently, since I am straight and I would inevitably be in a relationship with males, it's just already easier. That could be. I don't know. This is something to talk about with my therapist maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't do the girl-friend bond thing. But yeah, in my head, I am bonded with them. It's just in a different way. It's my own way of bonding with people. Like, you have my heart and soul, just, you know, from over here. I know, it doesn't, I'm aware of how screwy that sounds and how contradictory that sounds. I'm aware of that, okay? I don't know, it's just how I am. And so any of you guys watching, you know, who I do consider a friend, that we've had conversations, you know, either through text or messaging, or have actually spent time together in person, just know that I don't particularly like being around other humans. It has nothing to do with you guys personally. It's just, I just feel so weird. I love you. I love you. I really do. Like, I genuinely care, and I know you know that. I hope you know that, because I mean, I do go out of my way, you know, sometimes to, you know, say hi or check on you, or, you know, the things that I do say to you guys when we talk in person or text or whatever, they are genuine. I promise you. I don't phony my way through stuff like that, because to me, saying phony things of caring and, you know, things of that nature is a waste of time. It's a waste of time to me. So if I say it, I mean it, okay? Because if I don't mean it, I don't say it, because I don't like to waste my time on things that I don't mean. And also it makes me feel disingenuous, which would eat me alive guilt-wise. So I don't do that, you know? That's what I always say. That's what I've had to tell countless boyfriends this. It takes a while for people to get used to me in a relationship, because I'm not like other girls, but not in that way. It's just my brain works so differently. I'm not the traditional girl in that you have to sidestep or tell me I don't look fat in this t-shirt, because if I ask you if I look fat in the shirt, I want to know the answer, you know, and I don't pussyfoot around stuff. I don't say disingenuous things. If I say it, I mean it. And I ask you a question, I want the answer. I want you to say what you mean. I don't want the sugar-coated bullcrap. Like, I want the truth always and utmost forefront of every conversation with anybody ever. Always be sincere, whether it's good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. That's how I operate. So if I say something, I mean it. And I don't like being put in a position of feeling phony when it comes to the physical interaction part, because I'm just not good at it, and it fritzes my brain so much that it's hard for me to engage and be engaged in that situation and have it feel genuine on my end. Like, you know what I mean? It's, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, now we know why. Thank you, lady who diagnosed me. I really appreciate you. You are my hero and savior. My battery's dying again because I didn't charge it enough, because I wanted to finish the thing before I forgot what the heck I was saying. So that's the pajama talk of the day. Let me know what you guys think. Can you relate to any of this? That would be great. So huzzah for my diagnosis. And I'll probably make more videos like this now that I know for sure, so I don't have people in the comments yelling at me for self-diagnosing. Haha! In your face, I was right. I know my brain. You don't. Go away. I don't know you. You don't know me. Get out of here. I was right. So now I'll talk about it more on my channel, now that I have the official thing and I can actually say it. So anyway, don't forget to watch out for the sheep as always, you guys. And vlog phrase of the day is, what even is a friend? It's a weird vlog phrase of the day, but I'm thinking quickly because my battery's flashing at me. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. I love you. I appreciate you. Okay, bye.